From my journey as a single mom to yours, I want to talk about some things that we as single moms may feel we are not able to do, or we may feel hesitant to do by ourselves. I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. Number one, take the trip and do the things. One of my favorite things to do is making memories with my son. Prior to my divorce, I traveled alone with him many times to visit family and such, but there was something more vulnerable about traveling as a single mom and planning an actual vacation by myself. Not to mention the added financial stress and busy work schedule. I've learned that making memories doesn't have to be a trip and doesn't have to be expensive. It just requires special, intentional moments. Whether it's a movie night with our favorite snacks, building forts in the living room, or saving up to take them somewhere special, the memories are so worth it. My favorite trip with my son was when we rented an RV and camped out for several days in California. I had chosen this place because there was an air show and he was really into planes at the time. I had never been to this part of California before. It was something I had never done before, and I was very intimidated to do it on my own. But we had the best time. When we were getting our rental car to drive to the campsite, because I wasn't about to drive an RV, the RV was parked. The rental car worker asked what our travel plans were. I told him this was our mommy moon, a trip just for me and my son. He then upgraded our rental from the most basic to the most expensive and let Ben pick out something fancy. We felt like we had won the lottery. I know it sounds like a small thing, but that moment gave me the confidence to keep going, and it was the encouragement that I could do it. It was like the Lord saying to me, I got you. So if you've been waiting to take the trip or do the thing, this is your sign to do it. Yes, you can. Number two, fail. The next thing I want you to consider doing is to let yourself fail. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I think it's really important. There is so much pressure on us to be perfect and to get everything right, especially when we're carrying so much responsibility on our own. But there are a lot of lessons to be learned through failure that can't be learned otherwise. I remember working in the garage one Saturday morning, trying to hang a rack on the wall for my bike. Once I finished, I stepped back to admire my work, and bam! My bike crashed to the floor as the rack hung out of the giant holes in the wall. I tried a couple more times, but it kept falling. I was so frustrated. It's like the hole in the wall was representing my life at the time. I felt like a complete failure in every aspect. But when I finally figured out what a stud was and got the rack hung up, it was a huge accomplishment. I think failure makes the successes of life and the joys of life more meaningful. So when you fail, because you will, remember this: yes, you can. Number three, break the barrier of fear and shame. In my experience, the biggest thing that has paralyzed me and made me feel inadequate is shame. It can make you feel like you don't belong, even in the places you should feel the most accepted. For me, it was walking in a church by myself and trying to find community. Eventually, after attending Thrive one summer, I started a single moms group at my church, which changed everything for me. Suddenly, I didn't feel so alone. Walking alongside other women like myself gave me the strength and confidence to follow the Lord and be obedient to His calling. One example is when I felt led to dedicate my son to the Lord. I wasn't even sure it was allowed since I was so used to seeing both a mother and a father on the stage with the children. So I asked the children's pastor if myself and some of the other single moms in my group could be a part of the Child Dedication Sunday. I will never forget the feeling when I looked out into the crowd and saw the faces of those who stood and agreed to pray for us and support us in raising our children in the Lord. My son was 7 when I dedicated him, and I think it was a special moment for him too that he will always remember. Maybe child dedication isn't for you, but what I'd like you to hear is that the things we think are reserved for married people, especially in the church, are not exempt for you. Yes, you can.